हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू VowIAS। स्वागत है आप सभी का इस डेली एमसीक्यू बेस्ड डिस्कशन में। आज है 19th ऑफ मई 2021 और अब हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं आज के करंट अफेयर बेस्ड 5 एमसीक्यू। बिफोर वी बिगिन, कल मैंने आपको आपको एक क्वेश्चन पूछा है। व्हाट इज द क्वेश्चन? या दिस इज द क्वेश्चन। इट्स अबाउट मुलगांव प्रिंसिपल। द मुलगांव प्रिंसिपल इज रिलेटेड टू व्हाट? तो the idea behind this is just to ensure that you cover more concepts in a much broader way so that before the exam it will be very easy for you. Okay? So this Mulgaonkar principle basically this deal with the contempt of court. Contempt of court. The Mulgaonkar principle deal with the contempt of court. Okay? Remember this. It was in 1978 this judgment was passed by the Supreme Court. Okay? So back then there was an emergency in 1970s. Okay, so during the emergency there were a lot of issues that were happening. There were a lot of cases that were being filed. Okay, so during emergency the people's rights were taken off. So during that time the Indian Express, the then Indian Express editor, he wrote an article in the Indian Express, okay, regarding some of the decisions, going against some of the decisions of the Supreme Court. And now, as we know, there are two kinds of contempts. Two types of contempts. One is the civil contempt, and second one is the criminal contempt. Civil contempt means not following the court's order is nothing but civil contempt, and criminal contempt means willfully disobeying the court or lowering the authority of the court is nothing but willfully disobeying the court will come under the civil contempt, but criminal contempt means scandalizing the court is nothing will come under the criminal contempt. That means if you are making allegations against the court or something like that, वो आएगा criminal contempt में। तो इस इंडियन एक्सप्रेस एडिटर में कोर्ट के डिसीजन के अगेंस्ट एक आर्टिकल लिखा था, तो इसीलिए there was a contempt case. But during that case, the Supreme Court gave certain guidelines which are known as Mulgaonkar principle, and they are used during the cases of the contempt of court. ठीक है? So last year, there was a case in Mr. Prashant Bhushan regarding the this criminal contempt. ठीक है? तो इसीलिए this becomes important for us to know about this Mulgaonkar principle. ठीक है? So before we begin, I would like to inform you about the initiatives that VowIAS has launched. VowIAS has launched Vision PRELIMS test series and Vision PT365 test series. Okay, the details of which I've given here. If you want the summaries of the Vision PT365 or Vision PRELIMS test series, you can get them in the JPG format at free of cost by joining our Telegram channel. But if you want if you want the PDF format of these summaries, then you have to subscribe to the summaries. Okay, the subscription details I've given here. You can also find the details in our Telegram channel as well. Okay. Now we'll start with the 5 questions of the day. Start with the 5 questions of the day. First question. So this question is from the UPSC Geologist exam 2020. See, through this question, we wanted to show you how current affair based questions are coming, because recently also if you are seeing our current affairs, we have asked the questions about the bog ecosystem, okay, bog wetland. So UPSC also asked similar type of question. Bog ecosystem wetland receives water only from A, rain, B, stream, C, river, and D, groundwater. So we have to choose the correct answer. So the correct answer for this is option A, rain. Option A, rain is the correct answer. So bog ecosystem, we already discussed about the bog ecosystem. So bog ecosystem basically it's a kind of wetland. It's kind of wetland. Okay? And this is found mainly in the cold regions. This is found mainly in the cold regions. So recently क्या हुआ कि cranes which were earlier found in Ireland, they have disappeared from Ireland, for more than 3 centuries. लेकिन after 300 years अभी क्या हुआ कि cranes returned to the Ireland. So and these cranes in Ireland they live mainly in these bogs, in the bog wetlands. ठीक है? The bog wetlands basically it's a freshwater wetland. Okay, we'll see some more information here. Yeah, bog is a freshwater wetland. It is spongy ground consisting mainly of partially decayed plant matter called peat. So partially decayed plant matter. So that means the partially decomposed the partially decomposed matter, which is known as peat. Okay, it will be there. So that means it captures carbon. It captures a lot of carbon. So it can be called as carbon sink, right? So these bogs are generally found in cool northern climates. The world's largest wetland is a series of bogs in Siberia region of Russia. Often the source of water for bog is rainwater. So rainwater is the major source for these bogs. Okay? Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is Samvedana platform. The Samvedana platform, which is seen in the news, is associated with A. Provide psychosocial mental support for children affected during COVID-19 pandemic. And B. Integrated platform for offering online courses covering school 9th to 12th to postgraduate level. C. Promote entrepreneurship among SC, ST and women entrepreneurs. D. A centralized public grievance redressal and monitoring system. So here we have to choose the correct answer. And the correct answer is A. Provide psycho-mental support for children affected during the COVID-19 pandemic. So the COVID-19 pandemic has affected each and every one of us, and it has affected the mental life of various people of various age groups. So in order to help the children in dealing with this stress and in dealing with this effects of this COVID-19 pandemic, the Ministry of Women and Child Development has launched this portal, Samvedana. Okay, basically it's not a portal; it's a platform where the children affected by the COVID-19 mentally, they will be given counseling. Okay, now we'll see some more information about Samvedana platform. Samvedana is sensitizing action on mental health vulnerability through emotional development and necessary acceptance. यह है संवेदना. तो संवेदना का ऑब्जेक्टिव ये है कि साइकोलॉजिकल सपोर्ट प्रोवाइड करे फॉर द चिल्ड्रन who are affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. तो बहुत सारे बच्चे होते हैं, because of the COVID-19, वो उनका मेंटल हेल्थ इफेक्ट हुआ. तो इससे बचने के लिए और इससे फाइट करने के लिए गवर्नमेंट ने संवेदना प्लेटफॉर्म लॉन्च किया है. ठीक है. सो संवेदना प्लेटफॉर्म होता है एक टोल फ्री नंबर, वेयर विच इन टोल फ्री नंबर को बच्चे कॉल कर सकते हैं और बच्चों को सपोर्ट मिलेगा. ठीक है. एंड इट्स अ टेली काउंसलिंग प्लेटफॉर्म, दैट इज संवेदना. And this Samvedana, it is implemented by the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. Okay. So, next question. We'll move to the next question now. The next question is based on the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, NCPCR. One, it is a constitutional body under the aegis of Ministry of Women and Child Development. Okay. Second statement, its mandate is to ensure that all laws, policies, programs are in consonance with the child rights perspective as enshrined in the Constitution of India and also United Nations Convention on the Rights of Children. Here we have to choose the correct answer. Okay. So we have to choose the correct answer. If you see the first statement, it says that it is a constitutional body. But this is wrong because the NCPCR, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, is not a constitutional body. It's a statutory body. It's a statutory body under the Ministry of Women and Child Development. Okay. So NCPCR is a statutory body under the Ministry of Women and Child Development, and it was set up under the Commission for Protection of Child Rights, CPCR. Okay, 2007. Under this Act, 2005, sorry. Under this Act, it was established. So it's a statutory body, and its mandate is to ensure all laws, policies, programs are in consonance with the child's rights perspective. This is the right statement. This is the right statement. So here B, 2 only is the correct answer. 2 only is the correct answer. So here this law also defines a child. A child is someone who is below 18 years of age. Remember this. A child is someone who is below 18 years of age. 0 to 18 years is called a child. Now we will see some information about the NCPCR. So the NCPCR, as I told already, it was formed under the Commission for Protection of Child Rights, CPCR Act of 2005. And ये है एक statutory body because ये बना है under a law. ये बना है under a law under the Ministry of Women and Child Development, Government of India. इसका mandate है to ensure that all laws, policies, programs and administrative mechanism are in consonance with the child's rights and perspective child's rights and as enshrined in the Constitution of India and also the United Nations Convention of Rights of Children because India is a signatory to this United Nations Convention. ठीक है? Child is defined as a person who is from 0 to 18 years as we have already discussed. ठीक है? Now we'll move on to the fourth question. The fourth question is about the Polring Wildlife Sanctuary, which is sometimes seen in the news, is situated in A. Kerala, B. Rajasthan, C. Mizoram, and D. Assam. So here we have to choose the correct answer, and the correct answer is Mizoram. Polring Wildlife Sanctuary is located in Mizoram. Now we will see some information about this Polring Wildlife Sanctuary. The Doriaform's nesting tree frog was spotted in the buffer area of this wildlife sanctuary. तो इसीलिए this was in news. This Polring Wildlife Sanctuary. ठीक है? So this sanctuary is situated in Mizoram. So recently the Doriaform nesting tree frog. ठीक है? It was recently located. This was in news. So that is why this wildlife sanctuary was in news. It harbors a great diversity of rare and endangered animals and birds, and important birds are hornbill, the weathered hornbill, the Khalij pheasant, the Bhutan peacock pheasant, the white-cheeked partridge, etc. And the important wild animals are hello gibbon, the slow lories, the rhesus monk, etc. Okay, these are the major animals that are found there. Okay, right. After this question, now let's see the last question of the day, the fifth question. Animal navigation is the ability of many animals to find their way accurate without maps or instrument. Identify from below options some of the means of navigation. 1. Gravity receptor. 2. Olfaction. 3. Orientation by the sun. D. Hydrodynamic reception. 5. Way marking. So here we have to choose the correct option. A 1, 2 and 3. B 2, 3 and 4. C 1, 4 and 5. And D 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So recently क्या हुआ कि recently the scientists have concluded that the sharks possess an internal navigation system similar to that of GPS that allows them to use the Earth's magnetic forces to travel. So that is the reason they will be able to travel very easily in the water. So they will be using the Earth's magnetic field for the traveling. ठीक है? This was the outcome. So easily we asked this question. So here the correct answer would be D 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. क्योंकि तो animals navigation के लिए gravity receptors, that means the gravity is being used, the olfaction is used, orientation of the sun is also used. ठीक है? क्योंकि sun का direction, based on the direction of the sun, the animals will move. So the orientation of sun is being used, and hydrodynamic reception, that means using the hydrodynamics the animals can move. So इसीलिए the fourth option is also right. And way marking. So way marking is one kind of a thing where the animals will mark, okay, and they will travel. So way marking is also one of the way to find navigation. Okay. So yeah, olfaction is basically the usage of smell. Okay. Right. So D 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 is the correct answer. So here the means of navigation, the various means of navigation that the various animals can follow are given here. The remembered landmarks. So remembered landmarks is nothing but we have seen the way marking. Okay, way marking. So orientation of the sun, as I told already, based on the direction of the sun, the animals will be able to travel. The orientation by the night sky. क्योंकि night sky में क्या होता है, stars होता है, and based on the galaxy, based on the different stars, animals will travel, and उसको बोलते हैं orientation by the night sky. And orientation by polarized light. Olfaction, as I told already, olfaction is the sense of smell. ठीक है? With some particular unique smells, the animals will be traveling, and that is called olfaction. And the gravity receptors, using the gravity, way marking, and hydrodynamic reception, which you have discussed already. ठीक है? These are the different ways of navigation or different means which animals uses to travel. ठीक है? तो these are the 5 questions of the day. ये है आज का 5 questions, और आप सभी के लिए more interesting question. One more interesting question I would like to pose. So this is the question of the day. Kedarnath judgment. Recently it was in news. So this is related to what? Tomorrow, before starting the discussion, हम discuss करते हैं about the Kedarnath judgment. So before that, what you just have to do, you just have to comment what is Kedarnath judgment related to in the comment box. So tomorrow, okay, we will discuss about the Kedarnath judgment. Okay, till then, keep commenting. So before we leave, I would just like to remind you that if you want the summary of the 5 questions of the daily questions, MCQ questions, so do join the Telegram group, because in the Telegram group we are going to post the summary. That means the questions and the solutions of the 5 questions regarding the daily MCQs. Okay, we'll be posting in the Telegram channel, and the details of the Telegram channel I've given in the description. And yeah, here just once again a small reminder regarding the prelims test series summary and PT External summary which we have launched. We are also going to launch the monthly current affair summaries as well with the vision का monthly current affair summaries. ठीक है? So that's it friends for the day. हम फिर से कल मिलते हैं with 5 more great MCQs. Till then, keep studying and stay tuned. Jai Hind. Thank you.